they could play a role in adding liquidity this year, because if the Fed isn't going to step in and the markets are this bullish, we have to assume that the markets are expecting money to come from somewhere. And the question is where? If the money isn't coming from the Fed, then it's got to be coming from the Treasury. And if we look at the Treasury general account, which is the bank account for the Treasury, how much money is sitting in there and how they can deploy that capital into the markets or into the economy. We can talk about how stimulation can happen without the Fed needing to do anything. So basically, if the Treasury has a bunch of money sitting around, they can start to affect policy like tax policy and try to sway consumer spending. So, like, for example, they can go and tell Congress, hey, we can cut taxes because we have all this extra money sitting around. And then because taxes are lowered, people feel like they have more money, or people actually do have more money, or they get more money back on their refunds, and they end up spending more. All right, good stuff. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. If this is your first time on the stream, welcome back. If you're returning, this is the #1 stream for traders because we cover in equal parts fundamentals, daily news, live trading, and technical analysis, and arguably the most entertaining stream available for traders. I'm going to be honest, I've been up since 5 a.m. I couldn't go back to sleep, hit the gym real early, feeling phenomenal. But I am like, I don't know what's going on. I'm slowing down a little bit. Might need some breakfast, which is what I'm going to do right after this and get the day started. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. High energy, but you guys will notice I'm a little bit more gassed than I normally would be. So ladies and gents, anything on you guys' mind? Any topics you'd like to cover before we get started? If I purchase the class, do I get access to Discord? Chris says, after the class, yes, you get access. Okay, I got the class. I never got the Discord. You have to pass the exam. See, shout out to Sam coming in here with the sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, just because you take the class does not mean that you get your Discord access. We are not letting just random people get into our group chat and contaminate the water. You have to pass. You have to show that you're serious about trading. You're not just here for a quick buck. You're not just here for, because, this is just like the next stop on your next 15 courses to buy. You show that you're serious. You pass the exam because you show that you have competence now in the strategy that we taught. And then you're able to get into the group chat, enjoy your free 30 days, get in with the big boys and girls, and make some serious money. Okay. What's good, y'all? Sandro, good morning. Good to see everybody here. All right, let's take a look at NASDAQ before we get into anything else. We talked about this last night on the Sunday Outlook. Never got this liquidity grab into 461. Little disappointed in that. Ended up respecting the triple top, and now we're coming back in for a correction. So as we talked about yesterday, there's only two zones I'm looking to buy from. The first one is 280. If the market breaks through and closes below these lows here, then I'll be looking to take a trade at 18,200. So there's only two zones I'm watching for. It's going to be 18,280 and 18,200. I'll be buying from both of these levels. If the market breaks straight through the 18,280 without any rejections, then obviously there's no entry there. We'll wait for either a recovery back above and retest, or we'll just wait for price to get to this discounted zone down here. Any questions? Clear? Questions, comments, concerns? There's no April Fool's BS. We're not doing any of that shit. Americans are hilarious, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? We got an international audience here, so I can say this, right? I'm an immigrant to the States. I love this country. America, greatest country in the world. Fucking hilarious, though, if we can be honest. Make a whole day to celebrate fools, and we wonder why there's so much goofy behavior in the country. Imagine that. Imagine we make a day to celebrate foolishness, as if there isn't enough of that going on. If I want to celebrate fool, I'll turn on C-SPAN and watch our government conduct a hearing. If I want to see foolishness. If I want to see a bunch of goofies, I'll go to Cirque du Soleil. All right, that's my one thing I'm going to say about April Fool. I got something to say about every holiday, right? St. Patrick's Day, right? But just say you won't work the day off work. Just say it. Just say it. Why we gotta do this? I'll talk to some Irish people. Like they don't even celebrate. Like, they celebrate everything. It's like their team is 15th place. They're out here celebrating in the streets. Then they don't even celebrate St. Patrick's Day the same way we do, right? We just make up days. Just say we won't work off. What are we doing here? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the best live trading stream for traders. Clearly, we're gonna do an equal parts trading and equal parts entertainment. The trades are here, right? At some point, once you planted the seed, you can't just sit there and keep digging it out. We just have to watch the grass grow, which is arguably the hardest part of trading. But I'm going to make it that much easier by going through some education today about the Treasury General Account, the bank account of bank accounts for the United States government, and how the Treasury might choose to deploy this capital in the case of any downturns or any slips in, let's say, employment. All right, let's go through the horn real quick, see what we got lining up. UJ, swing trade, needs time to play out. Bitcoin, I'm looking for sideways movement until the Bitcoin halving. So we got another 2-3 weeks where I think we're just going to oscillate between the 70, maybe we'll break 73, maybe we'll hit 75, right? Get people excited. But I think we're going to oscillate between the 75 and the 60 range here until the halving, maybe even after the halving. If we're lucky, we get a bit of a dip down throughout the year. And then around September, October, November, we have a massive rebound at the start of the next bull run. Okay, cool. So that's just a side on Bitcoin. In case you missed it, magnets are goated. Magnets are goated. Magnets are goated. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just okay. So like I said, once price breaks out of a range and then creates a massive impulse, if it's a very aggressive trend, you might not have a deep correction like most people would expect. And so there's only two kinds of corrections. I mean, obviously there's nuance in everything, but just as a general rule, there's two kinds of corrections. There's a shallow correction, which is just anywhere between 20 to 30% of the previous impulsive move. So if we look at this previous push up, 20 to 30% would put us around here. And then a deep correction is anywhere between 60 to 90%. So towards like the bottom half of that move. So what I'm expecting here, because of how aggressive the trend is, we may just form a new support right here, and then either continue to play in this new range before we pop off, or just do a few touches and then continue, and then create a new range, and then continue to do that until there's a big correction. So then what we can do here is head down to some of the intraday time frames for gold. So I'm on the 1 hour. You can see price broke above the negative 27 extension, but has not broken back through to retest. Okay, so we've come pretty close, but not close enough. That's why I would love to see one more touch to break through and then close back above and retest. And that retest would be the ideal entry right here. All right, so you just draw out your new support. That's your floor here. Price is now pushing, and we have 15 minutes until the market opens, so we'll see how we react to these levels. We're either going to hit this previous support resistance zone and then come back in for the retest, or we might even break these highs, and then we come in for a retest. Okay, so again, the two options are double bottom, but wait for the liquidity grab through the zone, and that would be at 22.42. Or if we break the highs at the market open, then we'll wait for a correction. We'll find that level if that happens. I think that's a little bit less likely, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Here's the trade. All right. No entry unless you see a rejection. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. What I'm going to do is add an alert. Yup. And then add another alert right here. Big surprise. The DXY is back on its bullish trajectory. So this play that we called back in December, been running beautifully. Magnets do not lie. And I'm actually right in front of you guys. I'm about to extend this target. I'm about to extend this target. We're headed up to 107.5. But of course, we hit the 104.5 level. Next stop is 105.7. Let me actually just actually I can't move this. So just so for the accuracy of the magnet.
Have to make that for you.
Whoa. Super secret magnet indicator, undefeated, undisputed, can't be beat, never been wrong. I don't want to say never been wrong, has not been wrong as of yet. Absolutely crushing it. That's the next stop for the DXY. So DXY bullish, which makes Euro USD very likely to continue this bearish trajectory. We'll get to a Euro USD trade here soon. I've been trying to catch, I missed this, and missed this. But I will catch a swing trade very soon. I promise. I'm going to be layering into this. Super magnet indicator can't touch it. Okay. It did hit the 886. Almost. I'm not going to take a trade before the market open. So I'll just wait for the retest entry. Put this one over here. Delete this. You know what they say? Close enough only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, people. When it comes to trading, I like to be accurate. So George said I entered a small position on NAS. Yeah, I mean, don't let me stop you. At the end of the day, the trade is there, but I'm trying to stick to my, I'm not trying. There's no trying. I'm sticking to my rules. And so that's why I'm not going to enter pre-market open. If I miss the trade, so be it. It's all good. Now I'm going to go grab something to drink real quick, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back, people. What's your best advice for someone trying to scale up with prop firms that doesn't have access to too much money? Watch Joe Biden for a laugh. I'm good. No, I have nothing to gain from doing that. Don't forget to smash the like button. Jay and Trio, thank you for that reminder. Roy, what's the 10X Growth Conference you spoke about yesterday? How can we meet up? I just got to Miami. It's a conference hosted by Grant Cardone. Typically, they have a lot of surprise speakers, tons of entrepreneurs. They talk about business, they talk about money, real estate. So I'm going for the networking, something to do. Tons of entrepreneurs go there. And so I'll be there. If this is bearish, yeah. So the bearish situation would be if it pushes up and gets stuck right here. Okay, it gets stuck right here and it can't break. That would be the bearish scenario. But either way, if we go long, still a solid 2-to-1 trade here, which is all we need. I'm not here to capture every leg of the move, but I am here to be in and out. So advice to scaling with prop firms if you don't have much capital. Well, that's the whole game. The whole point of using prop firms is to scale if you don't have much capital. So a good way to think about it, and this is actually something that I got wrong for a while, which is I tried to have, like, I tried to be a little bit too, how do I say it? I would just buy one challenge at a time and put too much weight on that one challenge. So what I'm realizing is, or I realized this probably 8 months ago or 12 months ago, when I was talking to a lot of the folks that have scaled big, big time in the prop firms, that they weren't buying one or two challenges and then trying to hold the account and not blow it and treating it like investor capital. Now I'm glad I did that because I feel like it built really good habits that I can transition to real investor capital. But when it comes to prop firms, the game is buy many challenges, don't overthink and don't over stress any one challenge. That way you're not, what I would say, like you're not banking on any one account to get you rich or to solve all your problems. With futures accounts, you can get a bunch of them and then link them all with a copy trader. Use the copy trader to trade one master account that will then take the trade on all the sub accounts. Use very, very small risk on each individual account and then be able to scale up that way. Here's the simple rule. This is for me at least. I want to use profits to fund the next challenges. It's like reinvesting in your business. When you have a business and you start making money, you got two options: pull the money out and start spending and doing dumb stuff, or put the money back into the business to grow it so that more money comes out each time. And the longer that you can keep going and reinvesting, the more money that you can make. And so with trading, it's the same thing, is that people start to make money trading and want to take out the money and spend it. Whereas if you just reinvested that into more challenges, then you can keep the show rolling and you can keep growing. So imagine a 150K account. And Apex has a withdrawal limit, right? What is it, guys? Is it 4K every 2 weeks? Or is it 2K every 2 weeks? What's the limit again? And I'm using futures as an example because that's kind of where the world is headed. So it's really no point in doing an example off CFDs. So let's just say it's what was it? It was 4K a month, right? So let's assume it's 4K a month that you can pull out of one account. Now, not too bad, right? Solid day's work, but obviously we can do better. So I'm not sure how much the Apex accounts are. I think they're like $300, $400 for the 150Ks. So off of your first withdrawal in the 2 weeks, if you took, let's say, $500 to $1,000 to reinvest into more challenges, I believe with this you'd be able to buy, like, on the low end, one challenge, on the high end, let's say 3 challenges, 1 to 3 challenges. Now, let's say that you fail to, well, actually, they would be copy traded. So you'd be taking the same trades on all of them. Huh. So then, yeah, you would try to do the same thing again. You would try to, and let's do a more conservative example. Let's say that you don't hit the 4K. Let's say that you hit the 2K in your first 2 weeks, $2,000. You took half of it, and then you bought three more challenges. Okay, so you made 2,000 bucks. You spent 1,000 of it to get three more challenges, and then you tried to do that with four accounts now. Now you have four accounts that are making 2K apiece, which is 8K per month. And this is a pretty conservative example because conservatively, like if you're conservative on all the accounts, it'll still add up to a meaningful amount of money. You just need more accounts. You don't need more risk on each individual account. And then you can keep playing this game. So how many thousands can you take out of the 8K to go reinvest in more challenges? And how long could you keep playing this game? Right now, let's say that like you do this again and then you lose three challenges and you lost $1,000. You're still in profit. You can still get back in the game, reinvest in yourself, and try again. That's the name of the game, people. Anybody got questions? How are we looking? Now that's one example. Now, let's imagine a margin account. This one's a lot easier for me. So back in the day, let's say we'd have a $500 account, and then I would be trying to push it. I'd be risking anywhere between $25 to $50 per trade, which is pretty high risk, but it's like 5 to 10%. Okay, so if I was risking 10%, I'd be looking to make 20 or 30% back. So let's just imagine 2 to 1. Okay, so 2 to 1 trades. I'm looking to make $100 a trade. So if I win the next two trades, my account is sitting at 600, or sorry, 700 bucks. If I lose the next two, my account is sitting at 400. Now with the $700, now I can keep playing this game up, and then at some point, let's say at 1,000, you can split off the accounts. Now, typically, I try to do this after like the first, let's say, 50 or 60% gain. So let's say the first original, like the initial $500 account, as soon as it hits 800 or 850, I'm taking all the profits, let's say $300, and I might either pull that out and put it in my wallet, in the broker wallet, put it in a separate account, or just withdraw it entirely to go invest in crypto. Not to go spend this money. You do not have money to spend yet. Spending is not even a fucking option or a question. It's not even a thing until you really get this game, the ball rolling for yourself. And so you still have the original 500. By the way, we're 2 minutes away from the New York market open. Beautiful rejection here. I'm expecting one more push down at the market open for a re-entry. Okay. So you take out the original, or sorry, you still have your original 500. You start the game all over again. This 300, let's say you put it into a separate account. Okay, now you can copy trade both. You can trade two different strategies, maybe higher risk on one of them and lower risk on the other. You can use one of them for swing trades and the other one for your day trading. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, stay consistent. If you're day trading NASDAQ on the 1 hour time frame, using this, using a specific amount of risk, like the 10% risk here, don't do anything else. Don't mess up your numbers. And same with this account. Don't go back and forth and strategy hop. Stay consistent so the numbers are not skewed and you can have an accurate feel for what to expect. Okay, market open. Price is heading back into the entry zone. I might layer one small entry and then if the price dips through, enter another one. So let me do this on my phone first so I can get a good entry, and then I'll do it on the paper trade just to give you guys a visual. Okay, let me enter this. Come on, come on, come on. It's always when you want to trade that blue bar on MetaTrader takes forever. It's always when you want to take a trade, right? Okay, here we go. The stop is about 45 points. All right, so what I did is I just put in like a tester position, which is a small position I typically put in. And the point of the tester is that I want to leave enough ammo on the sidelines in case the market dips lower, because it typically does. We'll typically go through the daily lows before we make that initial push. And so what I'll do is, like, let's say that you're going to throw a standard lot size, or if you're going to do contracts, let's say that you do 10 contracts. What I would do here is I would put 2 to 4 contracts to start, and then I would have another, let's say, 8 or 6 to 8 contracts that I could throw if the price goes lower. What this does is I'll put the bigger position size at the bottom. The average entry price ends up being perfect, okay? Because you end up getting a much better average entry. And then, yeah, TP1, TP2, you guys get the drill. All right, let me get you guys exact TPs here. Take profits. Oh, I got these random zones today. We got the 71. What is this? 2003. All right, TP1 actually just hit. That's actually hilarious. It's way too early for that. Okay, well, TP1 did just hit. If the market is going to reverse, it'll be here. So let's just hope that, I don't want to say hope, but if the market closes above that zone, then we can expect price to head to that 360 target. But overall, pretty good entry. I'm getting 50K accounts for 150 a month total since there's an 80% off sale. Look, I don't feel, oh, wow. Wow. Okay, wow. Guys, I'm going to secure partial profits here on my personal account. I am securing partial profits here. 0 drawdown, 5-minute candle, 1.5 to 1 R. I am booking partial profits on my phone. How incredible. Now, the thing about the tester position is there's always going to be a thought, there's always going to be a voice that says, damn, I should have gone bigger. That voice will always be there. Regardless of how much size you use, there's always going to be this voice that says, damn, I should have went a little bit heavier. Don't let that voice ever win. Beautiful. Shout out your entries if you guys took them. And then let me know the platform. I guess we have to do that too nowadays. Let me know the entry, and then let me know what platform that you guys are on. Today is the NAS100 Masterclass. If you guys want to learn this strategy, today's your last day to grab a seat. Okay, today's your last day to grab a seat. Oh, TP2 just hit, people. TP2 just hit. 1.75 to 1. 0 drawdown. I'm protecting the trade. I'm protecting the trade. Wow. We just hit a 2 to 1. You can close the whole trade if you guys haven't even closed partials. We just hit 2 to 1. You can close the whole trade. Oh my God. Why can't every day be like this? Why can't it always be like this? All right, this is the moment of truth, guys. So whatever you guys leave on the table here, everything after this point is extra credit. Because if the market's going to reverse, it will reverse from this previous point of resistance became support to potentially resistance. All right, this could become a wick. So I'm going to say this to you very plainly. You have a choice here. Whatever you do not secure partials of, just accept that it could be gone. Like, take whatever off the table that you feel comfortable taking off. I want to close the position, but it hasn't been letting me close partials from positions. Okay, well, it won't even let me close the partials. Whatever. Let's look at the trade journal or the trade history. All right, closed long position. The average entry price was 290. Got out at 374, which puts us at about 80 points. Total risk on the trade was 45 points, so we almost hit a 2-to-1 on that position. And it's still going. Leave a piece running. Leave a piece running. I still have a runner on my personal account. Jip says, just like old times, March was rough for me. March was rough for a lot of people, but we're back like we never left. Enter 285 on Oanda, closed for a 2-to-1. Good stuff. You got a better entry than me, George. Bobby got 485 on Apex. Love to see it. Love to see it. Good stuff, guys and gals. Okay. That was a great breakdown. You already know. How do you come across creating a copy trader account? Is it an account that all brokerages provide? So it's a third party, typically it's a third party software that you have to download. Once you download it, you can log in to all the different accounts and it will show you like a separate account manager. And then you will have access to one master account that you can link. So it'd be like, all right, link all these accounts. You click on all of them and then you link them all to one master account. And then all you do is just trade that one master account with low risk, the same way you would always do. And everything else is the same, except for the profits. 2.5 to 1 R and still running with no drawdown. Perfect timing. And ladies and gentlemen, it's only been 8 minutes. That is about as good as trading will ever get, ever. No drawdown, 10 minutes, you hit 2.5 to 1 R. Come on. I closed my 265 position, waiting on a lower wick. Josh. This is why we scale in with the tester, and this is why we leave ammo in case it goes lower. This is not rocket surgery. So I'm not mad. I feel solid watching for now. Not gonna FOMO. Shit, man, being on the sidelines don't feel too bad either. Like I don't get happy when I trade. I don't get sad when I trade. I get relieved. How about I think that's the best way to put it. All right. My life has become a series of not ups and downs like happiness and sadness. It's become a series of tension and relief. That's what my life has become. And it's absolutely glorious. And I love it. The tension of being in the trade and the stress, and then the relief of just being done. Right? I'm not happy to be home after a long day. I'm relieved to be home after. I don't fucking, you guys get what I'm trying to say? Missed my tester. It went fast. Josh, you blink, you lose. All right. All jokes though. Obviously, there's no such thing as missing a trade. It'll be back. Dude, this mosquito caught me on the pinky while I'm on a live stream. The level of disrespect is unreal. I let you break into my house and just fly around and buzz and shit, and you gonna fuck in my pinky? You guys know how uncomfortable this is? This is unbelievable. And I'm going to turn this, Roy, how are you going to turn this one into a motivational speech? How are you going to turn the mosquito in the pinky? If you think that you're too small to make a difference, try live streaming with a mosquito in the room. That should give you guys motivation for today. Because that's all I can think about. Now I'm pissed off. It's all good. Floating 3-to-1. I should have held the whole position. Obviously, this is the three voices that come in. First is, dude, I should have went way heavier. Obviously, right? Every trade that goes our way, we always say should have gone heavier. The second one is, I should have held the full position. But if I knew if it was going to fly in 10 minutes and just hit TP9, obviously I would have held the full position. Hindsight is 2020. If I had a crystal ball, I'd be a quadrillionaire. If I had a crystal ball, I'd bet on the Yankees or whatever people do for money in sports, right? That's what I would do. And then number three, the voice that comes in is re-enter again to make up for closing early. None of those three voices will ever win ever again. All right. I'm sharp. I'm ready. And I would never allow those thoughts to dictate my behavior. But that being said, you also can't ignore the fact that we're human. The thoughts will come in. When you win, damn, I should have won more, should have gone heavier. When you lose, how could I have risked so much? I'm an idiot, right? It's never a problem. Over risking is never a problem when you win. It's like, oh, haha, look at me, I'm a genius. It's only when you lose, you're like, oh, how could this have happened? Same action. Stick to the plan. This three voice just came to my mind, Max. But trading makes, I don't know how to say this respectfully, but I guess I don't even have to. Trading makes cowards of us all. Okay. That's why I talk about the concept of your battery. You only have a set number of good decisions you can make at a time. And if you deplete those good decisions in a row, you're fried. Because the more, so I see this whenever I'm sparring or whenever I'm fighting. The more tired that me and my opponent get, the sloppier the fight gets, the worse the form gets, and the more dangerous the fight becomes. Because now it's not about technique. Now you're fighting for your life. Now you get so tired in there that you start to expose yourself to different risks. So you might start to like drop your hands to give your shoulder a break and just start to like drop your hand and get lazy. But now you're opening yourself up to damage. So with trading, the more tired you get, the more susceptible you are to letting those voices take over and to allow the emotional response and this emotional reaction to dictate your behavior. Thoughts lead to emotions, which lead to behaviors, which lead to habits. You can't always stop the thoughts. Eventually, you laugh them off. You have veteran experience, but the thoughts will come in. Damn, I should have gone heavier, et cetera, et cetera. But then eventually, the emotions. So then the thoughts lead to an emotion of like, damn, bro, I got to get back in. There's no way I can stay out. I just lost the trade. I made a stupid mistake. I want to fix it. And then there's the behavioral response, which is either getting back into the markets or overstaying your welcome or some combination of all the above. And so at the beginning, you might not be able to stop the thoughts and the emotions, but you can stop it from dictating your behavior. Don't re-enter. That's your answer. Yeah, you feel like it's FOMO. Yeah, you feel bad that everybody else is making money without you. You should. You fucked up, right? You pussied out of taking the trade. What do you want me to tell you? Now, with all that being said, that should have no bearing on whether or not you re-enter the trade or break your rules and allow that to dictate behavior. Says Nas is going stupid. No. Nas is just doing NASDAQ things. Every day is just another day, people. Everything is just another day. Fast day, slow day, whatever. You should just get onto the charts and be like, oh, the markets are closed? Like, so locked into what you're trying to find and so locked into the strategy that nothing else matters. It's got to be that level of stupid. You just show up, you're like, oh, I guess the gym's closed today. All right, just going home. Don't be the guy that's watching the 55 reels about fitness and being like, well, you have to supinate your wrist and you have to do the truncation at the shut the fuck up. The people with the greatest bodybuilders had 3 brain cells left and they were just out there every day, chicken and rice, baby. Chicken and rice, 17 meals a day. They weren't sitting there like, I gotta wake up at 4 in the morning and eat this meal. And what is that gonna do to my social life? And what is that gonna the fuck they were thinking that? They said, wake up at 3, eat meal, be champion. All right. That's how trading should be. You guys seen that SpongeBob episode where he forgets everything except for breathing and fine dining? That's how you got to be with trading. If you're in the beginning stages, it's breathing and fucking and it's yeah, breathing and trading. I said all I know is 88.6 entries. Just to give you guys an update, 88.6 boys merch shipping starts today. Max, where is my drip? If you guys ordered your 88.6 boys or 88.6 girls merch, it will be shipping out today. I'm actually hyped. If you guys when you get your drip, send us a picture, video, whatever it is. You send us a picture, video, I got something for you. I don't know what it's going to be, but I got something. I always get a little nervous when I see other index drops, but one is going up. That's because we got to understand correlation, Gabriella. Okay. NASDAQ is a composite index of mostly tech stocks. And really, we're talking about the big eight. So whatever Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Nvidia are doing, that's what's going to run NASDAQ. Now, the tech stocks are completely different than, let's say, the cyclical or the industrial or the banking stocks that are in the US 30 and in the S&P 500. There are some overlaps, but the US 30 and there's basically just non-technology. And the NASDAQ is non-financial companies, but mostly it's those big eight tech names. So everything in the market could be going to shit. But if Apple's doing well, NASDAQ goes up. Make sense? Okay. What software do you recommend for copy trading? I'll get back to you guys on that. You ain't never lie, Brody. Look, I'm human. Everybody's lied, right? I told the lady at the counter, I don't have 25 cents. I told her, right, I might have, bro, I told this, I don't know, bro. We all lied, right? I might have told this girl at a bar I invented the bicycle or something, like just trying to finesse. I don't know, right? Don't put that on me. I'm not sitting here trying to pretend to be perfect. How is futures different from trading CFDs? I thought it was the same thing. Same, but different. Okay. Said Roy, stop cursing. I promise you I am trying, but I'm also not beholden to anybody. And so I always I'm always in this battle of Roy, be professional. Lots of folks watch this for the value, and you don't want to alienate people by cursing. Then the other voice comes in. It's like, what? Did I quit my corporate job and then go out here into the wild world in the middle of the ocean of trading, getting struck by lightning, sharks nibbling at my feet so that I can muzzle myself and not say what I want? And then this constant tug of war. Now, I really do want to get the most value out to people. Hence why I try to reserve myself and try not to curse and alienate a whole majority of folks who don't want that. But at the same time, when all of you quit your job and you're sitting there with your feet up and you realize that you don't actually have a boss and no one can tell you what to do except for God, that's when you sit there and you realize, yeah, now I get it. Now I get it why Roy was letting it fly. Because if you do this on social media, for example, and somebody at work finds that you're HR or whatever, yeah, there's some repercussions. Like you really are not in charge of your voice. People, I lived there. I was there. I had to hide my face on social media just to get you guys those podcasts with influential traders. I had to hide my face. I had to pull up mat charts. But now I'm a free man. As long as my broker is in business, you guys think my broker cares about my language? As long as my broker is paying out, who cares? As long as the NASDAQ is, oh, you think the NASDAQ cares? NASDAQ is like, oh, here's another sucker who's going to come and trade and give us his money. Oh, whoa. He's one of those taking money from us. What is this alert? Is this on gold? Oh, it is on gold. First off, the DXY, it might hit our target today. I was going to let you guys know, magnets have never failed me. They've just never failed. It's impossible. Now, there's currently no magnet on gold, so don't go bugging out. But I will show you guys exactly what I'm watching here. Wait for the wick. No wick, no entry. No wick, no entry. So here's a good thing. When the market breaks through your support level and you want to wait for a rebound back up, but you don't want to miss it, add an alert right above the zone, kind of like a buy stop. And then add an alert at the previous structural low so that when it breaks that, you know that there's been a change in market momentum. And so now I know if the market's going to go bullish or the market's going to go bearish. And I'll actually give this a little bit more room. So now I've trapped price between my two alerts. I will be notified of potential entry. All right, good. This is actually really good to see on US 30 because you guys see the consolidation zone here. When the market comes back to retest, this is when I said for NASDAQ, I was either waiting for a retest of the lows or a retest of the next level. This is what could have happened on NAS. Hence why we put in a tester entry here. And then had it gone lower, we would have been able to put in a second entry. Now, NASDAQ did not break the lows we held. However, US 30 did break those lows. Cool. All right. Here's the next area of interest for me for US 30 buys 39,630. We covered this yesterday on the Sunday Outlook. I'm not trading US 30, so I'm not going to sit here and overanalyze this. But this is essentially if the market holds that level, so if it breaks through and then closes back above the 39,620, good buy zone there as long as we get the rejection. Beautiful 3-1 on NAS. Josh says the double champ does what the fuck he wants. Come on, man. And also, this is trading. At the end of the day, this is not like I'm not Jim Cramer. I'm not here for entertainment. I'm not here for, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to trade live. You guys can watch this on mute too. All right. I love the streams. I used to oversleep, miss trades, hesitate on entry. Now I wake up on time to analyze, trade, and watch the streams for extra confirmations. That's what I'm talking about. And eventually you won't even need these. You'll just show up for fun. You'll show up because I'm hilarious. And this is just all in good fun. At the end of the day, I was psyching myself out because I already marked up and catch extremely similar trades that you take. You just got to trust yourself. Guys, I'm not doing anything here that's out of the ordinary. If you already have a strategy, it's because you trust, like the issue is typically because of a lack of self-trust. Once you develop that, it's all fair game. God. All right, let's get in here with gold. This is what the trade would look like. I do not trade gold, so this is a paper trade, just as a heads up. Meaning take this with a grain of salt. But that's what the trade would look like. Entry at the close back above 22.43.7, 22.43.7. And then $22.36 would be the stop loss. It'd be smart to wait for a confirmation, like a closure back above. But the reason to take the entry down here is because of the risk and reward. So if we look at like the current price, we're looking at a 3-1. Well, it's dipping a little bit lower. Like, look, just from where by the time I even said that sentence, it went from 3-1 to 3.4-1. It makes a difference. Now, if we wait for the confirmation and it gets a little bit too high, like let's say that we entered halfway in that range, we're looking at a 2-1. If we enter where it's at right now, it's damn near 3.8-1. So the thing is, this is how you can rewire your brain to not be scared in drawdown. If you have a system and you've done the back end work of back testing so that you know how markets work and you know how they move, when price goes into drawdown or against your position, if you're a new trader or you don't know what you're doing, you're going to panic. If you're an experienced trader, what I just showed you is that you're getting so much better, you're getting such a better R&R that I would rather the market take me into drawdown at some point so I can enter a better position. And I would say this is the difference between a speculator and an investor, is that a speculator panics when the price of their investment goes down. An investor looks at the opportunity at hand and uses that as a chance to buy more. How many days a week do I go live? Every single day. For the last 3 years, the last 3 years we were doing every Thursday. And then since we did a 100-day sprint starting in September, October, and I started streaming for 100 days straight in October, all the way through the end of the year, and then we haven't stopped since. Waiting for manufacturing. Have fun with that, Radmus. Ain't nobody watching ISM manufacturing surveys. The streams get me going. Me and you both. So he live every day, actually. Yes. Isn't that crazy? That there's free money on the line every day. Everyone's talking about some, oh, bro, April Fools, April Fools. Yeah, the joke's on you. You're 44 years old talking about some April Fools. Yeah, joke's on you. We're celebrating foolishness and goofiness. That's the joke. He, har, right? Madness. Everywhere you look, just madness. All right, this is why I love this trade because in the first 10 minutes, the trade is done. Since then, we've had 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of candles that have done nothing, right? Now the pullback is coming. We'll likely see a pullback till about 18,322 and then get this continuation. If we break through the highs, then we'll come back and retest this level. So if we drop from where we're at, we go to the lower one. If the price breaks above the highs, then we go to the higher of the two entries. Hope that made sense. But yeah, the first 10 minutes of the trade was it. The rest of it is just a big, God knows what's happening. Your streams have been fire since I started watching in January. Well, Swaggin Monster, we've been fire since 2019, but I appreciate you coming along for the ride. We've created thousands of successful traders along the way just through sheer confidence and competence and alignment. Roy, did you just say a bunch of words that sounded good but didn't mean anything? No, those words had serious meaning. So, confidence, I'm going to show you how confident I am in my strategy, show you doing it live, put my money, reputation, brand, everything on the line every single morning to show you that if you have a clear edge, you're not supposed to be out here losing and doing all this dumb stuff. Okay? Second piece, competence. Some people can learn a 5-step strategy, but don't know anything behind it, why they're doing it, why the market moves a certain way, any of the back-end features of the market mechanics or the fundamental dynamics that impact price. They're not paying attention to nothing except for this 5-step strategy. And you can get rich doing that. But we're trying to show folks that you got to be a master of your skill through competence. Know what you're getting yourself into. Know what you're doing. Competence, confidence, and then alignment. I was I was in your shoes. I was hoping that somebody would just keep it simple, show me how they're doing it, let me copy and paste so I can grow my legs and so I can do it myself. And it was always just one BS thing after another. And so here we have the trifecta. This is how we hire. This is how we fire. This is how we look to bring people into the CA VIP chats. This is how I look to partner up and sponsor for sponsors and everything else. And this is how I look for a mentor. Same formula: competence, confidence, and alignment. Okay, and context. But that comes from competence. Context means I know what you're going through. Like when I said those three voices come in, it's not because yeah, you can read that in a book, but like when you've been there 5 million times and the demons have been on the shoulder saying, hey, enter another trade, man. You just missed the first big trade. You got to enter another one. When that voice is coming in and how you respond, that's relatability. That's context of knowing what it actually takes to be successful at trading. It's not like, all right, take the trade at this line. It's like when that voice comes in and it won't go away, what do you do? Are you stronger than the voice? Do you recognize it? And just by sheer bringing it to your conscious awareness, can you subdue that voice and be the conscious, player in this game? Most traders are trading on autopilot. They're using their lower systems, their dumber self to trade. And that's how markets are taking advantage of people. All right, y'all. I've got a very busy day ahead. Um, he said, why not watch ISM if it's a red folder and it correlates with NAS? Like, bro, it's almost like you're not paying attention. Did we or did we not catch a 3-to-1 trade in about 15 minutes without having to look at ISM? The answer is yes. I'm just going to save you the time. So if the money just got made and the day is done and I'm about to leave, why the fuck would I open up the ISM folder just to take a look? I care, but I don't actually care, right? I care just enough so that I can understand what's happening. I know what's happening. I'm up 3-to-1 on a trade in less than a half an hour. Now, could the market reverse and all this stuff? Yes, but I don't care because I've already secured my partial profits and I've accepted that everything after a certain point is going to be extra credit. I'm happy and satisfied with what I've taken off the table and protected the trade. And that is why I'm not going to stick around. So once you leave your job, do you turn around? And I actually got this example from, who was it? I think it was Ted. Shout out to Ted. All right, this one was rock solid. You leave your job. Do you turn around after you get back in your car and say, "Well, I wonder what they're doing inside. I wonder what Jack and Susie are doing on the top floor"? No, you go home. You leave. Oh, I wonder what Janet from HR is thinking. No, leave. And that's exactly what I'm about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, happy and safe trading. Congratulations if you caught the trade. If you didn't catch the trade, sign up for the NASDAQ 100 Masterclass that is starting today through April 4th. This is your last chance, your last reminder to register for the class. The link is in the description, or you can head directly to chartaddictsfx.com to register for your seat. Catch you guys tomorrow, or catch you guys tonight if you registered. Happy and safe trading, y'all. Take it easy. Peace. Oh, drop a like on the stream before you guys head out. Why did you remove the video with Peter Tuchman? Because we're redropping it with some edits and some kind of some voice edits. Hopefully they'll still do well after we repost them. But yeah, they're going to be posted back up here very soon. Okay? Take it easy, y'all. Peace. Says, brother, got motion. Of course we got motion.